Look at this for loop. This for loop, right, is commonly used in an array. You, as a programmer, right, you not only need to know how to write perfect code, okay? You need to understand also what is the reason behind, what is the hidden meaning of this, okay? You need to understand also. Say if I have arrays timetable, right? Say if I initialize, right? Do anyone know already, everyone know already or not how to initialize array? There are two ways to initialize an array, okay? Say integer array timetable, right? Timetable is equal to new int. Let's say I initialize my timetable as 2, 3, a very small number, okay? I use a small number. So what this means is, it's a two-dimensional array. You will learn it next week. This one is row, this one is row, and this one is column, okay? So we initialize with 2 row and 3 columns. So the row length is 2. The row length is 2, okay? The column length is 3. So as a programmer, right, you not only need to know how to write the code. Say if I give you one piece of code, I ask you, what do this code do? You need to be able to tell me what do this code do, okay? Maybe in, I don't know, interview will ask you this type of question or not. Like this is the most basic already. So let's look at this for loop. So initially, right, we got integer I. So you need to write down integer I. This is called as code execution analysis. Code executional analysis. Okay, code executional analysis. So we are going to learn code execution analysis. This one you won't learn in your PDI lecture. I tell you first, you won't learn in your PDI lecture. So you better learn it now if you want to be a successful programmer. So you write down also, you have a variable called integer j, right? So you write down integer j, okay? Then you have two variables, row length, okay? Row length. And then you have a variable called column length also. Column length, this one. So your row is 2, okay? Your row is 2. You mark down only, okay? And then your column is 3, okay? So your condition is I less than row length, okay? If I is less than row length, okay? And then if j is less than column, if j is less than column. So first, right, what is our integer I? Our integer I is equal to 0. So we initialize it as 0 first, okay? So what is our integer j? Our integer j is also 0, okay? When our integer I is 0, right, our integer j is 0. If our integer I is 0, our integer j is 0, right, what happens is, it's going to do this part. So we write down formula, okay? The formula. So the formula is, our I is j, right? I is what? I is 0. J is what? J is 0. So our array, let me use another pen color. I no need lah. Imagine it first, okay? We are accessing the first row, first column. Can you see this row and column? We are looking at the first row and first column. We are looking at the first row, first column. So when we access the first row and the first column, what is the formula? I plus 1 and j plus 1. So our formula is 0 plus 1 multiplied with 1 plus 0 plus 1 also, okay? Because our I is 0, our j is also 0. And then after it complete this part, right? First part after it continue, right? Our first row, first column is already filled with 1. The value is 1 times 1, okay? The answer is 1. So the first row, first column is filled with answer is 1. If I go too fast, right, please slow me down. You need to understand this part, okay? So in here, right, it's going to look if j is less than column length or not. Our j is what? Our j is 3. So when you finish this part, right, then j will be plus 1 already. Then it will reach j plus plus. Then our j will be j is equal to 1 already. When our j is equal to 1, our integer I is still 0. Our integer I is still 0 in here. Because we are going to finish this part first. So long our condition not yet finished, we are going to finish this condition first. This double loop, double for loop. So what happened is in here. So in here, let me use another pen color. So in here what happened is, our I is still 0 plus 1, but our j is 1 plus 1, okay? Then this value is 1. This value is 2. This value is 2. So the answer is 2, okay? So we are going to set the answer is, this one is row 0, column 0. Row 0, column 0 is equal to 1. So now is row 0, column 1, the answer is 2, okay? So keep repeating until j is equal to 3, okay? I do it so you can understand. So we are still at, I use another pen color. So we are still at 0, we still at 0 because our j condition not yet finished. Our j condition not yet finished yet. Our j condition is j is less than column length. This one, if j is less than 3, okay? If our j is less than 3. If our j is less than 3, so we are going to continue. This one is true already, because our condition not yet met. Our condition is still true, okay? If the condition is true, right, then we are going to continue our loop, okay? So what we're going to do is, we are currently accessing row 0, column 2. Row 0, column 2, what happened? You look at this formula again. Our I is still 0. Our I is still 0. 0 plus 1 and multiply with 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. So the answer is 1 times 3, okay? So 1 times 3, the answer is 3, okay? So the answer is 3. So when you have this type of answer already, what happened is you can plot down a array. Let me see if I have any other space. Okay, I draw in here. So this is your array, right? You got two row, 3 column. 2 row, 3 column. The row is like this: 2 row, 3 column. Okay, 2 row, 3 column, 2 row, 3 column. This is your array. So in our just now we counted row 0, column 0 is 1. So we fill in our answer. Row 0, column 0. The answer is 1. And what is the next answer? Row 0, column 1 is 2. Row 0, column 2 is 3. Okay, so you fill in. You fill in your answer. 1, 2, 3. This is what happened in our array. This is our array. We're almost done already. Now we are looking at the second row. So we check out our I will still our j is will increment. This one got j++ also. This one got j++, j++ also. And our j++, right? Our j will become 3 already. When our j is equal to 3, what happened? No space already. When our j is equal to 3, right? What happened? Do we still run this code? Do we still run this? When our j is 3, is 3 less than 3 or not? Is 3 less than 3? The answer is no. The answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. So we stop already. In here we stop. When we stop, right? What happened? What happened is we're going to exit this loop. We exit this loop. If we enter here, we enter increment this I. We increase this I will become 1. Let me erase I. Our I is 1. Our I become 1 already. Okay, because this I++. When we increment I++, right? Our I will become 1 already. Just now it's 0. Just now it's 0. Now we are looking at 1 already. So our j, right? We start in here again. So our j is what? Our j is 0. Our j is 0. We start from j is equal to 0. We initialize j as 0 again. And then we check out this I is less than rho, and we done already this part. Okay. I is still less than 2. Then we are going to check out if j is less than column. So our 0 is less than 3, right? Then we are going to execute. So we are going to look at 1 row 1 column 0. Okay. Array index is starting from 0. Array index is starting from 0. That's why I call it as row 1. Okay. If you don't know what is index 0, right? Very good. Last week P2P I already taught in the class. I'm not going to repeat it again. If you don't know, go back home, read again what is index 0. Okay. So we are going to look at our formula. What is our formula? Our I is 1. Our I is 1 already. So 1 plus 1 multiply with 0 plus 1. So the answer is 2 multiply with 1. Okay, the answer is 2. Okay, then it's going to increment j++. Then j++ already, right? Our j will become 1. Okay, when our j is become 1 already, we check out if j is less than column length or not. J is still less than column length. J is still less than 3. If j is less than 3, right, then we're going to execute again. So our row 1 column 1. Okay, so the answer is 1 plus 1 multiply with 1 plus 1. So the answer is, let me use other pen color. So the answer is 2 multiply with 2. So the answer is 4. Okay, so the answer is 4. Let me write down the answer. The answer, this one is 2, this one is 4. So we're going to increment again, j++ again. When we j++, what happened? Our j will become 2. When our j become 2, right? Our j become 2. So our I is still 1. Our I is still 1. So we are accessing row 1 column 2. Okay, we are accessing row 1 column 2. Okay, so we look at our formula again. This part formula. So our I is equal to 1 plus 1 multiply with 2 plus 1. Okay, so the answer is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, the answer is 6. Answer is answer. Answer is 6. Okay, the answer is 6. So our j will plus again. When our j plus, right, our j will become 3. When our j is become 3, is 3 less than 3 or not? No. The answer is no. J is not less than 3. So it will exceed this loop. So it exceeds this loop already. We write down our answer first. We write down our answer first. 2, 4, 6. Our answer is 2, 4, 6. Okay. So you put in the answer 2, 4, 6 is the answer. 2, 4, 6. So our answer is 2, 4, 6. Right. Our I will increment. When this condition is met already, our I will increment become 2. Is 2 less than 2 or not? Is 2 less than 2? We are looking in here. Is 2 less than 2? The answer is no. Then we stop the loop. Then our loop is officially finished. So from this table, right? Then you know already what would your array be. What will your array answer be? The array answer is 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. This timetable. So our timetable is like this. 1 times 1 is 1 2 times 1 is 2 3 times 1 is 3 Then 2 times 1 is 2 2 times 2 is 4 Then 2 times 3 is 6 So we know already what is this code doing This code, okay? This code is called execution analysis. Very useful in your programming life, I tell you. Learn this, okay? Learn this, okay? With this, we have already covered last week workshop. I mean this week lecture, okay, we already finish cover our this week workshop already. This is last week I explained to them. Okay, so we finished cover already our lecture slide. Before I continue to our worksheet, is there any question in your lecture that you don't understand?